Hey guys, what's up? So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to just say something that was really important that I went through and I'm still dealing with, and how it came about, and how I want to help other people by not having to go through what I am going through right now. So I'm just going to get right into it. Last year, I'm not even going to try to fix it. Last year, around like the summertime, maybe spring, it was still nice out. That's all I really know. I started having these problems where I everything would get really fuzzy and blurry and foggy, and it was like I was hallucinating in a way. There was times where I legit did hallucinate, like things were moving, like I saw my room spin upside down. I thought that there was stairs in my room that I had to climb. I've hallucinated and thought that something about something, and literally just walked into my friend's house and just, I can't really explain that one, but that one's fucked up. I've seen so much. It's been weird, and it really affects you, especially depending on what you're doing. When you're driving and you see double of things and you have your child in the car, it's not very comforting. If it's just me, it's easier, but I get stressed out more because he's with me, and I don't want him to be scared at the same time. So it's like I literally have like a method now. I start halluc if I start hallucinating like while I'm driving, like I have oh my god, sorry, it's burning. I have a way of trying to do it, to know what I'm doing. It makes it like it's happened on the highway. It hasn't, yeah. So what it really was when you're a child and you have everybody make your own decisions for you, and you have no say really, and then it could just be even that, but I'm going to go further. So you have that. Then you grow up and you have, friends that you follow, or whatever the situation could be. I'm going to go a little bit further. Then you can get into a relationship where you lose yourself in them, and you lose your independence of who you are, and you change. Is this a tick? I'll have to look at it after. And you just lose yourself in them. You know what I mean? Like, you pretty much have no choices of your own, and everybody makes up your choices for you. So you don't know how to make a decision on your own for yourself. Very indecisive. I'm like that. And it is not an easy thing to deal with. In relationships, one of the reasons, the thing that, hold on. Yeah, that is a tick. Oh, wait, is it? I don't know. So, pretty much, can you not? Can you not? He's been like on top of me like 24/7. It's like it's like that every day anyways, but it's been way worse. I haven't even put up pictures yet of it. But it's been to the point where I've confused myself so much that I've created a neurological problem within myself, So now I have to do all this neurological testing and chronic behavioral shit. And yeah, so what it is it's called ME or CFS. So it's called chronic fatigue syndrome, where you burn out. You do way too much. You overwork yourself. Then on top of that, you overwork your brain by overanalyzing or having to make a decision, being confused, not being able to focus, concentrate. And when you do that so much to the point where you're giving yourself a disease, no, not a disease, but like a mental problem, like not even like a mental illness, like it's like a neurological kind of fucking thing. It's not, I don't know. I wouldn't call it like a mental illness. But I would, I've hallucinated because of just being confused and not knowing what to do. So lately, it hasn't been easy. I got really sick to where, and my body pretty much shut down. And I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't take care of the bunnies when I had them, which had a lot to do with a lot of stuff, because when I got sick, it was like for 2 weeks and nobody was keeping up with the cleaning. So that's kind of like when I lost my shit. I just like lost it. And after I already recovered, I ended up back in bed because I got so, whatever about the bunnies. They're fine. They're rehomed. Everything's fine with that. I've been like this my whole life. It's been a trigger for me to, if I feel like I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm not doing something. Like one of those core beliefs of I am unworthy, I'm, all that stuff. I'm broken, I'm bad, I'm damaged, like I'm a loser because I'm not doing anything. And that comes from, when I have chronic fatigue syndrome. So when you're depressed and you have chronic fatigue syndrome and you don't have medication that helps you with energy, yeah, it's not really going to help you that much. So before I knew this, Dawson would be younger and I was living with my mom, and, that's where my trigger comes from, where I have to feel like I'm doing something all the time because of her, pretty much. And I've told her this. It's not like I'm just like talking shit about her. Like, I'm not at all. Like, I know my trigger. I know where it came from. So before Mercury retrograde, I've been healing a lot of situations. Then I got sick. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. Everybody was doing everything for me. Like, I couldn't breathe to the point of where my body wouldn't hurt. I would cry if I would move. Just move. I would cry because of the pain. I was homebound, pretty much. And this is before the whole finding out about the CFS thing even happened. Even though, I was tired. I pretty much slept all the time. I was sleeping 24/7. Yeah, that wasn't fun. So after that, like I said, I got better. I've been depressed this whole time because my stupid doctor thinks she knows better than I do and took me off one of my medications, told her she was an idiot, got to a really dark place on top of not being able to move, healing from a situation, not knowing what to do. Should I stay or should I go? Should I try to work this out or just give up? Should I do this or that? And I was going back and forth in my head 24/7. It's all I could think about because it was making me so stuck because I couldn't make the decision. And then when I realized, like, I was literally driving myself insane. Because when this hallucination started, it was the same situation. It was different, but it was the same, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? So when you have CFS, it's like, okay, if I went grocery shopping, after I went grocery shopping, I would have to go to bed. Because it would be too much. It would be too much. It would be too much activity, energy, whatever, taken out of me to not be able to continue my day. And if I overwork myself, I'm done. Like, I'm dead. Yeah, I've been better with it because the depression isn't as bad. Actually, no, it's like really isn't that bad. It really isn't, because I made the decision. That's what I want to get to. If you feel stuck on a decision that you don't know what to do, okay? You're overthinking, overanalyzing to the point where you can't think of anything else because you're stuck. You don't know what to do. You don't know what decision to make. And I just want to say that not making a decision is a decision. It's a decision not to make a decision. So it's like people ignore and try to deny and distract themselves from making the decision. But it's still there, So when I was getting sick, and then I found out about the whole CFS, whatever, because I said to my friend, I'm like, dude, like, I'm literally hallucinating. Like, I'm hallucinating. Like, or I would just see double. Or, like, I literally would sometimes see things levitating, and then I would see just double, or I would just be fuzzy. And I'm aware when this is going on. It's not like I'm crazy or I have schizophrenia or all that bullshit, okay? I'm aware when it's happening. I know what's happening when it's happening. Even when I'm going psycho. No, not even. Even when weird things are happening, I'm aware that I'm doing it. I'm aware that it's happening. But it doesn't change the fact that I think that those things are actually happening. But at the same time, I'm aware that I know I'm hallucinating because of whatever. And I know that what I'm doing isn't true. So it's very hard to decipher pretty much. If you have a decision to make, don't let it rent space in your head. Because then you'll have no room for any ideas, any of your angels or God, whatever, to send you messages for your next step. I've been on a spiritual journey. I know what I'm here to do. And I've ignored it for a very long time. I put different decisions in front of it that were not as important. When you get to a point where you're hallucinating because you're confusing yourself so much that even, like, you start stuttering, like, you can't even have a conversation with somebody because they probably think that you're, like, I don't even know. It's just, it says that you'll never go back to being yourself ever again when you get this thing, neurological problem. Because it can get so bad to the point where you are literally stuck in your bed 24/7. It won't get to that point with me, because this is what I want to say. There is no cure to this. There is no medication except for medication that will help you with energy. So there's no cure. Only cure is self-care, self-love, taking care of yourself. Hold on. Sorry. So, yeah, self-care, self-love, all that stuff. So it came to a point where I literally made the decision to do what was healthy for me, for once. Because what I do is I care about the other person's feelings, or I care about how it's going to affect everybody else, or I care about everything else, every factor except for how it affects me. So it's like, if it's going to hurt a person, or I don't want them to think a certain thing or whatever, it's like, I won't do it. Even though it's not good for me, I will put their feelings before my health, right? So pretty much I was at a point where I'm just like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. You have to be selfish, and I say it all the time. But I wasn't really like thinking about it in this way. Because when you love somebody, or when you love a job, or when you love what you're doing, but you know it's toxic or it's unhealthy and you shouldn't be doing it, you shouldn't be a part of it, you have to remove yourself. Because I literally created myself to have hallucinations because of me not being able to make decisions. Literally, I was hallucinating because if I overworked myself, or if I could not stop my brain from trying to make a decision, or other decisions, or this or that, I would hallucinate. And the only way that it would go away is from sleeping. Being confused, like dizzy, like that's... it's just, it really upsets me that I let myself... I'm not going to blame anybody. I let myself go that far for that to happen. And it's scary. It is. So if people are like, oh my God, she's a bitch, she's not answering me, she doesn't like me, da-da-da. It's not about you. At all. And I flipped out on somebody the other day for it because they were bitching about how I didn't call them and tell them something. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, you don't know what's going on with people. And I'm guilty for it too, But it's like, if you say something, it's different. If you don't know, then it's like, kind of like, it's easier. But if I'm saying I'm isolating, I'm depressed, I'm not talking to anybody, and you're going to tell me I didn't do blah, 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 I didn't tell you something, it's not about you. I don't give a flying fuck. And that's what I'm trying to say. If something does not benefit you, do not let it, do not. If it's something, if you're thinking of something, of a decision you can't make up, or something is fucking making you, drive you crazy, don't think about it. Like, if it's not worth it, throw it away. So now I literally have to pinpoint and decide where I want to put my thoughts and my energy into. And I should have done this before, a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I didn't. I didn't learn, and I had to learn the hard way. So, take care of yourself. Don't let a person or anything confuse you to the point of you just go delusional. Like, you can't function. Like, I literally had to stay in bed, and if I moved, I would cry. It's really sad that I would let myself get to this point. It's very upsetting. So when things happen, or where I don't think what you or whatever is going on is important to use my energy on, I'm gonna tell you, like, or not do it, or not think it myself, because it could be like, oh my god, what am I gonna wear today? What kind of soda do I want? Like, I'm just gonna be like, I don't even care. I'll put on fucking nothing and I won't buy a fucking soda. Like, it's not worth putting my energy into where I overwork my brain. I can not really go out anymore. Because I'll get tired. I can't do a lot of things because I'll get tired and I have to go to bed. I have to sleep. It's gotten better because I've been taking care of myself, and I made the decision to get out of having to make a decision, which is my decision. So I got out of the situation that I had to make a decision on, and my decision was to walk away and force myself to do what I had to do that was best for me and not give a fuck about anybody else's feelings, because I was literally killing myself. Like, I could literally have put myself into a situation of schizophrenia or psychosis. It's a form of psychosis, but I don't have it to that point. Like, it's not like that. Mine's just a confusion thing and a sleeping chronic fatigue freaking thing. So, I can tame it so it doesn't happen as long as I take care of my brain and myself, and only make decisions if it's gonna benefit and be healthy for me. If it's toxic, go fuck yourself. If you come to me with something that's toxic, or a person I date or whatever, and they're confusing me or they're manipulating me to a point of confusion to where I am stuck, I'm walking away like that. Like that easy. If a job, if a task, if something feels like it's confusing or it's going to confuse me, I'm not going to do it. And I'm trying to tell you that you can confuse yourself to a point where you go delusional. It's something really crazy. Sad, upsetting, teachable. You know, this is actually something that they just discovered. And when I told somebody about it, they were like, oh, you know, I've been having a lot of people actually come up to me and do this. She's like, I was like, I don't trust my doctor. And she's like, no, we're going to do it together. We're going to go do some neurological test and chronic test and diagnose you pretty much with it. And I'm like, this is so sad. Like, I have had to heal. I can't believe how hard this was. I have never been in a position where I've had to heal for this long, this seriously, this painful. But you know what's crazy? It's because I've been letting myself feel my feelings. I feel like because when John would do something so fucked up, I would just think it was normal. The abnormal was normal in my life, in my world, because I grew up in chaos. So chaos attracts chaos, you know. So it was normal. But when you're at a point where you're opening up your heart and you're unnumbing your feelings and you're letting yourself feel your feelings in order to heal, it hurts way more. Way more. It hurts. It hurts. It fucking hurts. So I do recommend feeling out your feelings, because that's the only way you're actually going to heal. Like, actually heal. Yeah, so I'm still not. That's another thing. That's another reason why I have not talked to anybody, because I cannot deal with anybody else's problems right now. I cannot deal with anybody else's complaining. I cannot deal with anybody that is going to bring their drama or anything that I'm going to have to put my energy into that either isn't worth my time, is going to overwork my brain, or anything. It's not because I don't love my friends. It's not anything because of that. It's just because that's how it is now. And until I can regulate it better to where I can listen and deal with drama. Not like that I don't want to. So, so I'm not going to. But I'll listen to somebody else's. I'm not going to stress myself out for anybody else anymore, ever again. Just take care of yourself. Always put yourself first. Be selfish for your own well-being. I can't believe that I let a person, people, not just one person, but one person this time, is a different situation just because I'm at a different point in my life. You know what I mean? It's like if the person did it to me when I was not trying to heal my life and been on a journey of changing, transforming into not what I was yesterday, it wouldn't have been as bad. It would have, whatever, but it wouldn't take me 2 months to fucking figure out and find out that I am hallucinating because of this overworking myself, overworking my brain, having depression to the point where, yeah, but that got triggered because of my medication, because I usually don't I am never the way I got with that. And when I see that fucking doctor, best believe she's gonna fucking hear it. She didn't want to listen to me. No, let's just try this. Okay, let's do it. Find out. Let's see what happens. Yeah. That's a whole nother fucking story. How another person can fucking say that your stability is in somebody else's fucking hands when it comes to doctors. When they go by the book, they don't go by experience. That's not what this video is about. Not going there. But I hate, there's certain things. Anyways, just put yourself first, man. If something's gonna fucking fry your brain and burn you out, it's not even being lazy or depressed sometimes. It's literally you burning your fucking brain out. Imagine, like, your brain literally frying. Like, frying. Disintegrating. Because you can't make a decision. Because you confuse yourself so much that it gets to that point of when you have to get neurological problems. Testing. Chronic testing. Another thing my doctor didn't listen to me about. Good thing I have a good fucking therapist. But, and it's the only reason why I won't leave, because I fucking love her and she's amazing. And it took me 30 something years to fucking find her. The one that actually helps. But, you attract what you are, right? So, I'm not in alignment with a lot of things that I thought I wanted, that I found out I don't at all. It's too confusing. I'm not going to put my stability, well-being, mental illness, whatever, in somebody else's hands, because I can't make a decision because of the situation. No. I love myself more than that. And when I realized that, that's when I was just like, this needs to end. And it ended. But it wasn't hard to end. It still is not hard to end, and I'm still healing. After 2 months. Before Mercury retrograde, this Mercury retrograde was fucking worse for me. All I'm going to say. But I'm going to end it there because it's a half hour and my phone's weird, and I think it will end at half hour. So, bye. Take care of yourself. Please.